And now moving into roll call. President Ron. Treasurer Mauricio. Attorney General Bennett. Chief Justice, I said Chief Justice. Chief of Staff, Adewale. Deputy Chief of Staff, Odusanya. Director, Oyewole. Assistant Director Montano. Director Ali. Director Allen. Assistant Director Ajay. Director Johnson. Director Reyes. Assistant Director Paredes. Director McMillan. Director Gross. Director Fletcher. Assistant Director Beatty. Director Herspring. Assistant Director Talbert. Director Badaluba. Assistant Director Hurley. Director Moultrie. Assistant Director Bassat. Director Mays. Assistant Director Saki Mensa. Representative Oriania. Representative Tang. Representative Cornell.
Present.
Representative Davis. Representative Lewis.
Present.
Representative Collier. Graphic designer Minke. Appropriations Chair Rivera Forbes. Senator Lojo. Senator Yoboa.
Present.
Senator Dawkins. Senator Clark. Senator M. Kabuzi. Senator Edwards.
Present.
Senator So.
Present.
Senator Jolivet. President Pro Tempore Britton.
Present.
Senator Kelly.
Present.
Senator Bawa.
Present.
Senator Grizzle.
Present.
Senator Miller.
Present.
Senator Government Operations Chair Tasker.
Present.
Chief Justice Sonia. Deputy Chief Justice Olanian. Associate Justice Norwood. Associate Justice Dixon. Moving into approval of the minutes. Minutes have been approved. Are there any amendments to the agenda? All right, I got you, Jerron. President Pro Tempore Britton.
I motion to amend. I motion the agenda amenda to remove, Senate Resolution number 27 and. All right, I recommend a senator motion to remove, to amend the agenda to remove Senate Resolution number 27 and add Senate Bill number 20, Finance Bill number 2, and Budget Change number 1. Okay. I recommend a senator, motion to amend the agenda to remove Senate Resolution number 27.
Do it like this.
All right, I recommend the senator motion to Senator Miller.
I motion to amend the agenda to add Senate Bill number 20, Budget Change number 1, and Finance Bill number 2.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Wood.
I recommend that Senator motions to strike resolution number 27. Government Operations Chair Tasker.
I motion to strike Senate Resolution number 27.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Olojo. With that, the motion to strike resolution number 27 has passed 13-1-0. Moving into public participation / student concerns. Hearing none, seeing none. Okay, we can now move into communications. Advisors' remarks.
Happy Tiger Tuesday. Looking a little slim in here. I have a few things. First, I'm not gonna go deep into it, but congratulations to CAB for Tiger Fest week last week. Wonderful job. Second is, on this Friday, Student Government Association is supporting, the Walk a Mile event that's sponsored by GPMC, just up the road from us. The proceeds raised for this event, go to support, folks who are in need of services, after the event of, really not good things that may have happened to them. So support sexual violence, sexual, assault, or just anyone who needs, support after an event of the such. And so we will be supporting several students. If you are interested in walking and being sponsored, so SJ will sponsor you. If you're interested and have not already talked to Mary about it, please do that, because I'm making the purchase tomorrow morning for those spots. The last thing, and this is particular to how we engage in our office space, is a reminder that when you are in the SGA office, that you are in an actual office of the university. So I know that that is space that you all engage in for your office hours, and also that things can get kind of exciting and a little bit rowdy. Also in particular for how we engage with our staff in the office, particularly Janiyah at her desk. So moving forward, and I try to do this when I come into the space, if you would like to stop for a moment, say, hey Janiyah, how you doing today? You should do that, and just do that. Hey Janiyah, how you doing today? And then move on to sit at the table or to go into an office and not congregate around her desk. It is really, really important that Janiyah have the space, the time, and the mental capacity to focus on the work that she needs to do and to do it well and undistracted, or as least distracted as possible, so that she can get things done during the actual workday. I know y'all love her. I love her too. She does a really great job, and we need to give her her space. I will continue to offer reminders when I come into the space, but please remind each other. Y'all can stop and say hello, and then you should move on to complete your office hours, either at the desk or in your office. Does everyone understand? Yes. Thank you. I yield.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
The Government Operations Committee met yesterday at 4:00 p.m. and we went over Senate Resolution 24 by Senator Kelly. We voted that it is favorable without any amendments in a 4-0 vote. And then I did just want to admit, for the Government Operations Committee, the senators have been doing a really good job as to getting active on the floor and just doing a lot of behind the scene work that you all don't see. So if you do see them in the office, just give them a shout out and a round of applause. And with that, I yield.
Rules Committee.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
The Rules Committee met last Wednesday and we applied a lot of the constitutional changes that you will be seeing. That we voted on over the course of the year. I've compiled those changes and sent them to Advisor Harris, and they will be on the election ballot. So if you want the constitutional changes that we voted on and passed to be actually in the Constitution, go vote April 16th and 17th. Other than that, rules will meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. like usual. And with that, I yield.
President Ryan.
Good afternoon. Not much to report from me. Academic Senate did happen yesterday, and so I know I mentioned last week that the Wellness Day bill would be on the floor. So it was actually on the floor for discussion yesterday, and then in the May meeting is when we'll plan to vote on it. So we received some positive feedback, but I'm still feeling really good about it. So hopefully in May, we can have something concrete. And then also just wanted to say that the SGA debate is this Thursday in the Science Complex. So if you know anyone who's running and would like to support, or if you just are a voter and you would like to be educated on the candidates, that's a perfect opportunity to do so. So please, please, please show up to that debate. And then lastly, for Member of the Week, can I get a drum roll, please? This week's Member of the Week is someone who has been in SGA for, I want to say as long as I've been in. I transferred here my sophomore year, so 2022. But she's really been around. She's always been helpful in a lot of different ways. And I'm sure pretty much everyone in this room can attest to her energy and, just knowing when she's present and in the room. She's always around and just doing her part and, uplifting people, but then also very, very stern in her job and her role as well. She takes it very seriously. So we're really thankful for all that you do, and we know that you'll continue to do great things. But without further ado, this week's Member of the Week is Chief Justice Anya. Are there any questions?
Staff, who's on?
Hi, y'all. Mary just wanted me to remind you all that, Student Appreciation Week is coming up later this month. The events that we do have planned, it starts Wednesday, April 23rd, which is a horror flicks from 7 to 9 p.m. And then Thursday, April 24th, bingo and bites, 3 to 6 p.m. Friday, April 25th is the Sunday making from 12 to 3. And then the following week on Monday, April 28th, we're having a distress event with, I think, 4 different stations from 2 to 6. And then Tuesday, April 29th, we're having a food truck event. Wednesday, the 30th, would be our block party from 6 to 10 p.m. Just a reminder, during this week, or on these days specifically, we wouldn't be having any other SGA events, since these are pretty big events, and we would love for you all to attend because we've been planning for a few weeks now. And Yeah, I would not be pushing any more April events through. For this. I'm lying. I wouldn't be putting, sorry again. There, if you put in an event form for any events in April, I do recommend you moving it to like the first or second week in May. Because we have a lot of events coming up and it's very easy to get overwhelmed with all those events. Do you have any questions? With that,
Department of Academic Affairs. Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. It was kind of dry, but, so we have our night, I guess, procrastination event, scheduled the 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It can also be counted as office hours. Any questions? On that, at you. Department of Community Outreach. Happy Tiger Tuesday, y'all. I just wanted to say that Impact TU last Saturday was a success. There was a good amount of you who turned out, so definitely a round of applause to you guys for that. Clap. As stated in the group meet, if you didn't attend and you didn't submit a valid absence request to AG Bennett, you will be receiving a PDR for that as it is a mandatory event. And we will be having more community service events maybe this month, might be moving it to their first week of May just because there's so much going on. So if you didn't get your hours, there will be opportunities there to get your hours. And just a reminder that you only have to participate in one SGA sponsored event. You can get your hours at other events. So if you haven't gone to an SGA sponsored event, I would start looking at other events and then you can get your SGA sponsored event later. Any questions? Okay, with that, I yield. Department of Diversity and Inclusion, no report. Department of Governmental Affairs. Department of Health and Wellness, no report. Department of Student Services and Affairs.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, guys. I'll be really quick. Safety Day is tomorrow from 11 to 2 if you guys want to stop by. There's pizza. And then this week, the hub donation thingy that we're doing, you guys can get community service hours, date to be determined, but you guys can help move the stuff from the office to the hub with us. You'll get a community service hour. Any questions? Oh, it's, the Safety Day is by the, you know, the pavilion by the Union Garage? I forget. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay, anything else? Okay, we got it.
Department of Student Organizations.
Hi, everyone. Just one announcement. So tomorrow, the Office of Student Activities is doing a Family Feud event. So if your student org participates, you get Tiger points from it. And you should just come out. It's from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Union Theater tomorrow. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Department of Sustainability.
Hi, y'all. So just really quick, the Earth Day block party / pop-up is April 22nd from 3:30 to 5. So just save the date for that. Any questions? Okay, I yield.
Reach Life Representative.
Good afternoon, happy Tiger Tuesday. Just a couple of things from me. The Office of Attorney. The office. Yeah, the Office of Attorney Story Life will also be participating in the Welcome Out in Their Shoes. It's going to be cool. We have a bunch of groups that are participating, as well as this weekend is our Tigerthon event for Fraternity Sorority Councils, as well as Panhellenic Association, where they will be partnering with schools around the district, but also the county, to raise money for their specific philanthropy. So, that's something that's working in the works right now, as well as, many other events. Also, just want to give a quick shout out to Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, for this past weekend for their, scholarship signing, as well as, many other events that we just finished up last week with our Greek Week. So yeah, that's all I've got for now. We're currently doing interviews for our new Greek ambassadors as well as fraternity and sorority life rep. So yeah, any questions? Ooh, I yield.
Have representative.
Good afternoon. Last week was Tiger Fest week and I have a lot. So for attendance wise, for the bounce, we have 712 students come to our event. For Tuesday, we have 475 students. Wednesday, we have 780 students, and Thursday, we have 755 students. We could go ahead and give a round of applause about that. I just want to give a shout out to some of the SGA members who did come out and help us during the Tiger Fest events. I also want to notify that we do have an upcoming event on Friday. We're showing Moana 1 and 2 in Lecture Hall. Lecture Hall 238. The movie starts at 5 and it ends whenever the second movie ends. And then lastly, we finished out with our applications and now we're gonna move on into interviews. Any questions?
Justice.
Wait, how many people did you say was at Tiger Fest, the concert?
I don't have that number yet.
Sorry.
But also too, if you didn't get a Tiger Fest shirt, we have some in the office.
Senator Edwards.
How would we go about acquiring one of those shirts? You could just come to the CAB office after assembly. Any other questions?
Assistant Director Montano.
By any chance, do you guys still have like the mini fan?
No, we don't.
Thank you.
Any other questions? With that, you.
Fourth Club Council Representative.
No report.
URG Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
Okay, so, tonight we have a general assembly. Dr. Hurt will be speaking with us. That will be in LA room 3214 at 7. And then right after, I'll be giving a presentation on the food robots and answering some questions people might have about them. We have a drag bingo event partnering with the Center for Student Diversity, April 18th, which is a Friday, from 4 to 6 p.m. in Paws Pit. Prizes include a Towson Pride bag, Beats, TV, a Lego set. I picked the Lego. We will also be giving out tickets to a drag show. We have 10 of those. We're giving out 2 as like a little raffle prize. The others, I don't know, we might just hand you a ticket randomly as you come in. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Freshman Council Representative.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
All right, so I just have one update. So, next week, our freshman council will be having our Easter, tabling. That's gonna take place outside of the, Union Center. So if you are able to, please do stop by in front of the building. We will have a table set up there and we will be reaching out to everyone, freshmen and beyond. This will be taking place on Tuesday, April 15th of next week. Please do stop by, encourage freshmen that you do know around campus to stop by our table. as, this is a great way to get in touch with them. Thank you very much for your time.
For me, are there any opinions of the court? Thank you for the nomination of Member of the Week. I appreciate that. And there are no opinions of the court.
We are now going to move into a quorum call. Senators, press yes on your clickers to indicate that you are here. With that, we have quorum. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Dawkins.
Motion to review Senate Bill 17.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Edwards. With a vote of 14 to 0, the motion to review is passed. Can Senators Jolivet and Baywa please come up and present your bill?
And then Bill 17 was just changes to the article. That's pretty much it. 4.
Questions? Point of information is Article 4 of the bylaws, which is changes the judicial branch. Vice President Sani.
So, my question on the bill is that for one of the duties and responsibilities that was taken out for the SGA Chief Justice with the Student Organization Summit. Can you explain your reasoning for that? Same thing for Deputy Chief Justice. One of their roles that was also removed was the Student Organization Summit. Like, I understand the budget hearings part, but I would strongly disagree to remove that. They should attend student organization summits because it's important to know how that happens so that they can spread that information in the bills. Senator Miller?
Okay. My general point of order is senators who don't know what the bill is what it's sounding like, maybe, question mark, should not be presenting the bill.
I do know what your bill is.
Okay. Vice President Sani asked a question that you could not answer the question.
I thought you were just making a statement.
No, I asked the question first, then I led into the reason why I asked the question. But point of order, I recommend that a senator, motions to strike this bill. Senator Miller,
I motion to strike Senate Bill 17.
is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Senator Yovoa.
With that, that Senate bill has been struck. Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Kelly.
Motion to amend resolution number 24.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator So. That motion review is passed. Senator Kelly, can you please come up and present your resolution?
Okay, good evening, everyone. So resolution number 24 deals with the current investigation of the university involving Title VI. I do have a question. Are we in a motion to amend or review?
Yeah, you can motion to amend.
I have to remake it or?
And you can just do it right now in the review stage.
Motion to amend resolution.
What are you amending?
So it's I sent them to you. I don't know if everybody.
Completely different bill.
It's just a bunch of like striking and adding in.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll just go ahead and start
I'll
reading
put
it
it on
off.
the screen.
So in the third whereas clause, I'm striking where it says involving race exclusionary practices in its graduate programs. That's being struck out of the bill, being removed. And then the therefore be it resolved clause is being completely removed. And it's going to be rewritten to say, therefore be resolved, the student senate of the 104th administration of the Student Government Association at Towson University hereby reaffirms its commitment to advocating for the principles of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and urges the Towson University administration to maintain transparency with the student body throughout the ongoing investigation. So myself, Government Operations Chair Tasker and President Board Brinton, we met with Dr. Hurt surrounding the situation about, just the university being transparent on what exactly is going on with this situation. He said I believe today, he said he would meet with President Ginsburg to see what exactly the university could say.
Point of order. Finish the motion. Motion.
Yeah.
Finish the motion before you explain. Someone needs a second. And then you go back. Yeah, so
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Grizzle.
Basically, it's just, the university, we want the university to say something. It deals with federal funding, students rely on Pell Grants, research programs, funding from the federal government. Some students are concerned that they might lose funding over this, so it's just basically, asking the university to say something to kind of ease anyone's students' concerns on the issue.
Any questions? Concerns? Government Operations Chair Tasker.
I will say that after attending the meeting with President Pro Tempore Burton and Senator Kelly with Dr. Hurt, it did provide like overall clarification about like easing students' tensions, particularly like with their financial aid. So I do think it would be a good resolution to pass today.
Yeah, I would say the same. After, going to that meeting, we got a lot of positive information out of Dr. Hurt. He gave us a lot of good, language that makes me feel very confident about this investigation and the status of, financial, funding on campus. Thanks. Senator Clark?
Okay, I don't know if I can ask this question or not, so please call me out.
This is review. You can go ahead.
Okay, can you share the language or like conversation that was had between you and Dr. Hurt or no?
It was, basically, he was telling us that it deals with, we partner with like a graduate, it's called the PhD program. There wasn't exactly a lot of information like exactly provided, but he basically said that the university really hasn't really done anything wrong, and that, consider that the Department of Education, the Office for Civil Rights is kind of, they're in a situation of themselves. So exactly how long the investigation is going to take, he's not really sure. So he thinks, just something, to ease the student body's concerns on the matter that, we're not going to lose all this money and everything.
Any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Miller?
Call question, Senate Resolution 24.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Boyle. And thank you, Senator Kelly. Vote of 14-0, the call to question is passed. We're now going to move into a vote. Vote of 14-0, Senate Resolution number 24 has passed. Motions on the floor. Senator So.
Motion to inquire on Senate Bill number 16.
Are there any seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Boyle. The motion is passed to inquire on Senate Bill number 16. Senator Grizzle, Government Operations Engineer Tasker, please come up and present your bill.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Senator Grizzle and I will be explaining Senate Bill 16, which deals directly with Article 2 of the legislative branch. We'll first be going over Section 2, which specifically deals with duties and responsibilities, subsection B, line F, which is we're changing complete weekly Senate progress reports and submitting them to the Vice President and the Senate Pro Tempore to completing monthly Senate progress. In the same subsection B, moving on to line I, it says act as a liaison between student organizations and the Student Government Association. Just to keep everything transparent with documentation, we're just making it student body instead. Moving on to section 3, standing committees under subsection A, line 3. we will be changing vice president to attorney general. So it will say include the SGA attorney general who will serve as a non-voting ex officio member. Also, we will be changing line A, item 5, deliver recommendations regarding Senate bills at General Assembly. Also, under section 3, under subsection C, line A, item 5, we will be adding item 5 to say collaborate on resolution and initiative planning. And then we will be adding vice president instead of attorney general under item 3. So it'll say include SGA vice president who, sorry, I lost my place, yes. Include SGA vice president who shall serve as a non-voting ex officio member. We will be also striking subsection D, which is the grant review committee, because that does not exist. Lastly, with section 5, talking specifically about Senate leadership, section A, line C, it says serve as the presiding officer and chairperson over any General Assembly meetings. We changed to Senate proceedings. And in the same subsection for line N, it says deliver the recommendation of the Rules Committee during General Assemblies. We added that. And then the same thing with line O, it says assist the Attorney General with matters concerning official SGA documents and accountability procedures. We added that as well. And that is all. Any questions?
Well done.
For section 5, subsection A, subsection O, where it says assist the Attorney General with matters concerning official SGA documents and accountability procedures, what does that entail and what does that look like?
Yeah, so for this one, she's talking about Senate leadership. It's talking specifically about President Pro Tempore's role. So assisting the Attorney General with matters concerning official SGA documents and accountability procedures. He will basically be helping you, well, President Pro Tempore will basically be assisting with those procedural matters. And so that's something we talked about in Rules Committee and just thought it would be a good addition to add.
Any other questions? Only technical and non-debatable. All right, thank you, Government Operations Chair Tasker and Senator Grizzle. The other motions on the floor, Senator Boyle.
Motion to include Senate Bill number 18.
Are there any seconds?
A second.
Thank you, Senator So. All right, with a vote of 14-0, the motion to inquire is passed. Seeing as I am the bill writer, I'm going to ask Government Operations Chair Tasker to come and sitting and take my place.
Thank you, President Pro Tempore Britton. Could you please present your bill to the floor?
So Senate Bill number 18 addresses the executive branch and the bylaws. A majority of it is pretty much just housekeeping in terms of making sure that all of the departments have the correct name. Any roles that someone does not do is no longer cut out. Certain roles are redefined from being SGA departments to being SGA representatives, such as the CAB department, since that no longer exists, it's now the CAB representative. Additionally, I removed the budget hearing, requirement that's listed in the bylaws for all departments. And other than that, everything else is just housekeeping. Anything that you don't do anymore is no longer the department's responsibility, has been removed. Are there any questions?
Freshman representative.
Thank you. Thank you, President Pro Tempore Britton. I just had a quick question. Is there a reason why, freshman council representative is not, outlined here?
Anything that doesn't need to be changed or just not outlined. Anything that is already in the bylaws is and like had no changes necessary was like they're staying there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most
of this is just removal.
Okay, just removal?
Yeah.
Or
just
I don't know if this is the appropriate quarters to ask this, but is this something that could be added? Cause I think transfer student representative is outlined here and both representatives fall under the Department of the New Student Development.
Yeah, that's something that can be added.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, President Pro Tempore Britton, for presenting your bill to the floor.
Are there any motions on the floor? Senator Adeleke?
Motion to inquire on Senate Bill 19.
How many seconds?
I second.
Thank you, Senator Mkumbu. With a vote of 14 to 0, the motion to inquire Senate Bill number 19 is passed. Senator Grizzle, can you please come up and present your bill?
Okay, this is super quick. In speaking with President Pro Tempore Britton, we were trying to come up with a way to give, voting power to the Senate so that they are able to make amendments to certain legislation when they are in their committee meetings. So I will be making adjustments to the constitutional bylaws under Article 2, Legislative Branch, Section 3 for Rules Committee, Appropriations Committee, and Government Operations Committee to add exercise voting power to amend legislation that falls under their jurisdiction during committee meetings. That's all. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, Senator Grizzle. All right, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Yaboya.
Motion to inquire Senate Resolution number 25.
Are there any seconds? A second. Thank you, Senator Sum. Vote of 14 to 0, motion to acquire is passed. Senator Grizzle, can you please present your bill?
Okay, so this was for the Tutoring and Learning Center. I've been speaking with them about coming up with a way to extend tutoring hours, just so we would have students who are working during the day or have classes during the day to be able to attend, because their hours of operation are
Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 7, and Friday from 8:30 to 5. So for many students who are working or have class during that time, they are not able to attend tutoring. For the base of the event, or not the event, for the goal of this initiative was to extend the hours to midnight.